afternoon and thank you for tuning in. I'm Suesha Samant and our all-out focus to the kind of atrocities that have been leveled against Hindus in Bangladesh that has become the biggest talking point. In fact, the unlawful detention of the ISKCON leader that has now united Hindu religious leaders who are coming out in one voice, speaking against the Unrest regime. In fact, some very dramatic pictures of how Hindu devotees have gathered in large numbers and they literally lay down outside the court that denied bail to Chinmoy Krishna Das, and these protests that are getting rather violent, where Hindu protesters are being attacked. Let me cut across to Kshilay, joining us on the broadcast. Kshilay, it is very, very disheartening to watch what is happening with Hindus in Bangladesh. And while this is being raised by global leaders, India is, of course, taken this up very strongly with the Unrest regime. But further pressure mounting on what they are doing to protect Hindus.
Well, as soon as that statement was released by the government of India, a while after that, we saw large-scale police atrocity on Hindus outside the courtroom. At one hand, Chinmoy Prabhu has been kept in a prison van outside the courtroom, and there was supposed to be a hearing happening at 2 p.m. today. This was the second hearing that would have happened today, but the magistrate denied to hear that. The magistrate denied to entertain that particular hearing, and later on what happened was the Hindus started protesting outside the courtroom. And as the Hindus started protesting, there was large-scale police atrocity and BGB, Bangladesh Border Guard atrocity on the Hindus outside the courtroom. And not only that, the Hindus are alleging that radical elements outside the courtroom started beating up Hindus at one hand, on the other hand started charging bombs at Hindus, and this was happening in front of the police force that was present. Therefore, it is not only the police who are creating atrocities and torture on the Hindus, but also radical elements within Bangladesh like the Jamatis, the terrorists. They are openly torturing Hindus, killing Hindus and creating a massacre, and nothing is happening. The people who are creating these atrocities, the criminals who are actually who are actually doing all these crimes are not put behind bars, but Chinmoy Prabhu and other Hindu leaders and monks and saints, they are being put behind bars. On the other hand, the Hindus are being lathi charged mercilessly. The latest update is that outside the courtroom, still now, lathi charge is happening as we speak. On the other hand, Hindus are peacefully protesting, demanding release of Chinmoy Prabhu. Chinmoy Prabhu is inside the prison van, sitting inside the prison van. On the other hand, the magistrate is denying to hear the matter again, and we don't know what's going to happen next. But the Hindus are being constantly tortured, even as Indian Ministry of External Affairs released a strong statement against such atrocities and the arrest of Chinmoy Prabhu.
You know, with the way things are going, Kshilay, the Bangladesh government is literally giving place to a Hindu uprising. They are already up in arms against the Unrest regime. And the Unrest regime that itself is facing a lot of flack ever since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina and what has been happening with Hindus. But they're making the Hindus stronger, uniting them by doing what they're doing against Hindus.
Just imagine the fact that there were radical elements within this Unrest regime, and we are calling this regime a regime which is supported by radicals and run by radicals. And this Unrest regime is entertaining forces who stand on the streets and openly declare that we will selectively pick up ISKCON devotees and slaughter them in broad daylight. We have that bite. We have that sound bite. That person was not arrested. He's one of the Jamati leaders in Bangladesh. There were elements who were speaking about mass murders of Hindu devotees and ISKCON devotees, they were not picked up by the police. But Chinmoy Prabhu was picked up yesterday, mercilessly dragged inside a car, taken to DB office in Bangladesh, the detective branch in Dhaka, and in the middle of the night, without giving him food, he was not given food, he was not given water, he was not given medicine, but he was brought from Dhaka to Chittagong, 5 hours of journey, early morning today, and after which he was produced in the court. Still now, he has not been given prasad. He doesn't eat non-vegetarian food. He eats vegetarian food. He eats prasad without onion, garlic. Sattvic food, he is not given access to that kind of food. He is just given bananas and some
already feeling sick because he is having problems in his liver cirrhosis.
And still he is being put inside prison van. He is still now saying that please be peaceful, don't create unrest, peacefully protest against any kind of atrocities. But the police is resorting to violence, resorting to lathi charge, and radicals are openly bombarding the Hindus outside the courtroom. This is what is happening as we speak in Bangladesh. Shameless, condemnable situation. We don't have enough words to express the shame that we feel right now to see the failure regime of Yunus government creating atrocities on Hindus openly on the streets of Bangladesh.
Kshila, do stay on with us as we put out more breaking news for our viewers. In fact, we are learning that the Bangladesh court that denied bail to Bangladeshi Hindu religious leader Chinmoy Prabhu and upheld the sedition case that was filed against him earlier this month, allegedly over his outspoken stance on minority rights in the country. It was yesterday when Chinmoy Prabhu Das was barred from leaving the country. He was detained at the Dhaka International Airport by the authorities, and while he was being brought in the prison van, he spoke up. He said that this is unlawful and he's being denied basic rights. He's not being given food. Let's listen in.
আপনি মনোবল শক্ত রাখবেন। আমারও সবার কাছে আপনারা অনেক কষ্ট করেছেন সনাতন ধর্মের জন্য, সবাই মিলে অন্তত আমাদের কর্মসূচিগুলো যেন অবশ্যই
Leaders who are speaking up against the arrest of the ISKCON leader, calling it unlawful. In fact, Republic also spoke to Baba Bhageshwar Das, who went on to not just condemn this arrest, but has called for Hindu unity yet again. Listen.
The news which we are getting is very, very shocking. We saw that, I was told that he has been denied food also. As you know that the Vaishnav, they have a particular diet, vegetarian diet, but no access was allowed to him. So this is very shocking. And, just see how many policemen is arresting a simple, monk. He's surrounded by so many police and so many lawyers as if he's a terrorist. So this scene is very shocking. And I think that as we know that Chinmay Das, he became the face of the protest which was happening. He became the face of the minorities of Hindus, minorities of Bangladesh. So he is being intimidated in so many ways. A sedition case was filed against him. And then now we see that when he was going to catch a flight, he was picked from the airport. So this is very shocking. In Bangladesh, when this news broke, then we saw that how the minorities of Bangladesh, they came out on the street to protest. But we heard that, we got the news, we also saw the videos that some people, they attacked these protesters who were demanding his release, and many of them were stabbed. So situation in Bangladesh is going is very, very terrible. And we are getting calls from all over the world. So many people, they are protesting all over the world. and demanding his release, immediate release.
Well, Radharaman Das ji, you know, Donald Trump had also advocated for the safety and protection of minorities in Bangladesh and across the world. And what we see that's happening in Dhaka is completely contrary to what Bangladesh claims, because Bangladesh time and again has been claiming that there is no attack on minorities. But here we have clinching evidence with the arrest of Chinmoy Prabhu that how Bangladesh administration is, you know, making trumped up charges to put Hindu leaders behind bars, and Chinmoy Prabhu is just one such example.
Yes, the scene, you see how they are trying to shut the voices of minorities. It's very, very intimidating. And the sole purpose is, we know that in Bangladesh, from 30%, now the minorities population, the Hindu population is only 7%. And we are getting news that villages after villages, Muslim clerics, they are going and they are threatening and forcefully converting the Hindus. We also saw that how the ultimatum was served that those government officials, those professors who will not convert, they have to resign. And we also saw that, you know, under pressure, so many prominent Hindu professors, they converted also. So all this intimidation tactics is being practiced so that they want to make all remaining 7% Hindu either convert or run away from Bangladesh. So this is very, very shocking. The world should hear the cries of these helpless people. World should wake up. I am very shocked that United Nations, which take cognizance of small things here and there, hasn't issued a statement, strong statement for what is happening in Bangladesh for last 100 days.
Radharaman Prabhu, I have a very straightforward question. You have tweeted again and again voicing your protest against atrocities on Hindus of Bangladesh. Now Chinmay Krishna Prabhu has been arrested on a fake case. The case is fake. We all know that. We all know why he has been arrested, because Bangladeshi government is scared of him. Now what is ISKCON going to do, or what is the large Hindu population across the world is going to do, including ISKCON, in order to provide legal support to Chinmay Krishna Prabhu? Have you decided anything on that, Radharaman Prabhu?
Devotees are very, very shocked what is happening, and they are very concerned. Right now, I'm getting calls from all over the world. Devotees, they are asking his well-being and what is happening. And of course, they are everyone, you know, now you see all Hindus are united. It's not matter of ISKCON or, you know, we can't afford to be separate. So as Hindus, like worldwide Hindus are protesting this controversial the arrest of Chinmay Krishna Das.
Well, Radharaman Das ji, I wanted to ask you, have you spoken to the Indian government for the intervention in this matter? If yes, what has been the response?
Our national communication team, they are in touch with the government, and they are working, and we know that the government is aware. A few days ago, we saw that Narendra Modi ji, he visited one of our temple in Maharashtra, and that was like, that time, as you know, that ISKCON was being labeled as a terrorist organization by some people in Bangladesh. So Honorable Prime Minister visit, and you know, he together with devotees, he chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that was a great boost, and definitely government is working behind the doors, and we hope that the Bangladesh government understand the seriousness of whatever is happening in Bangladesh and take appropriate action, and the Hindu lives is protected in Bangladesh.
And that was Radharaman Das, Vice President of ISKCON in Kolkata, who has strongly condemned what is happening in Bangladesh. This, even as I said, that Hindu religious leaders are coming out in large numbers to condemn the state of affairs. Let's listen in next to what Baba Bhageshwar has said.
बांग्लादेश में ISKCON के चिन्मय प्रभु को गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है, क्योंकि वो हिंदुओं पर बढ़ रहे अत्याचार को लेकर जागरूक करना चाहते थे और हिंदुओं को एकजुट करना चाह रहे थे।
ये आवाजें दबाई जा रही हैं, वहाँ के हिंदुओं को सड़कों पर निकलना चाहिए। हम आपकी वीडियो के माध्यम से कहना चाहेंगे, वहाँ के हिंदू
अगर सनातन की आवाज़ को दबाना चाहते हैं तो घरों में बिल्लियों की तरह छुपे रहें, चूहों की तरह छुपे रहें, वरना हिंदुत्व की शेरनी का दूध पिया हो घर से बाहर निकलें और सनातन के सिपाही को बचाएं। और इसीलिए बचाएं ताकि तुम्हारे मंदिर मस्जिद ना बन जाएं, तुम्हारी बेटियां चच्ची ना बन जाएं। इसलिए बांग्लादेश के हिंदुओं को हमारा वीडियो के माध्यम से कहना है कि हम तो यहाँ तुम्हारे लिए ही कर रहे हैं, पूरे राष्ट्र के लिए कर रहे हैं, भारत के लिए कर रहे हैं, सब हिंदुओं के लिए कर रहे हैं। तुम भी ये वहाँ करके बताओ।
And even as the MEA has raised this issue with the Unrest regime, saying that strong action must be taken against the perpetrators, we also have more responses coming in from Bengal BJP. Shubhendu Adhikari on this unlawful detention. Let's listen.
वो मौलवादी सरकार है, इलीगल गवर्नमेंट, यूनुस का सरकार को बर्खास्त तो किया जाए। वर्ल्ड कम्युनिटी को आगे आना चाहिए और यहाँ का हिंदू भी जोर प्रोटेस्ट करेगा। आज यहाँ प्रोटेस्ट एमएलए लोग किया, शाम को बिहाला में हमारा जुलूस है, मसाल जुलूस। कल 3 बजे डेप्यूटी हाई कमिश्नर घेराव करेगा बीजेपी एमएलए। डे आफ्टर टुमारो थर्सडे हिंदू जागरण मंच ने कॉल दिया है मास प्रोटेस्ट इन कलकत्ता। ऑल हिंदू शुड कम ऑन द रोड एंड स्टार्ट एग्रेसिव एजिटेशन अगेंस्ट दिस एट्रोसिटी। वो मौलवादी सरकार है, इलीगल गवर्नमेंट, यूनुस का सरकार को बर्खास्त तो किया जाए। वर्ल्ड कम्युनिटी को आगे आना चाहिए और यहाँ का हिंदू भी जोर प्रोटेस्ट करेगा। आज यहाँ प्रोटेस्ट एमएलए लोग किया, शाम को बिहाला में हमारा जुलूस है, मसाल जुलूस। कल 3 बजे डेप्यूटी हाई कमिश्नर घेराव करेगा बीजेपी एमएलए। डे आफ्टर टुमारो थर्सडे हिंदू जागरण मंच ने कॉल दिया है मास प्रोटेस्ट इन कलकत्ता। ऑल हिंदू शुड कम on the road and start aggressive agitation against this atrocity.
Meanwhile, the state of affairs in Pakistan